Hello and welcome to the Homeowner Prep Podcast. I'm your host, Eliana Hellon, and this podcast was created to provide real-world advice and accountability for first-time homebuyers. We'll be interviewing industry experts, providing some how-tos, and talking with first-time homebuyers about their personal experiences. If that sounds interesting to you, please be sure to subscribe, and if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit the little bell to be notified when new episodes release. Now let's dive into today's episode. Welcome to Homeowner Prep. I am Eliana Hellon, and today we have a very special episode. We're actually going to be talking about how to prepare your kids for homeownership and talking to your children about money and real estate. So we have two very special guests on today, probably our smartest and most beautiful guests ever. My daughters are on. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Zoe Hellon.
Hi, I'm Eliana Hellon.
Zoe and Eliana. Zoe, how old are you?
I'm 10.
10 years old. Eliana?
I'm 15.
15. So we have a 10-year-old and a teenager. So the conversation today is going to be fun. I didn't really prep them on what we're going to talk about. You know, we're just going to kind of go off the cuff and talk a little bit about what they know. You know, I like to kind of just share some information of, you know, things that me and my wife have taught them, some resources that we've used. I'll definitely chat about some different resources that are available to help your kids learn about finances in a fun way. And then just kind of have some back and forth. One thing to know, we are kind of a silly family. We kind of banter back and forth and get on each other. So if they embarrass me too much, we'll just have to cut it out of the episode. That's all right.
You can leave it in.
We can leave it in. We can leave it in. So Zoe, tell me about your first memory about money. What did you first learn about money?
Definitely in first grade when you came to my class and we would always have money lessons or classes with you. You would always bring some sort of dice and fake money, just teaching us about how to count coins and how much stuff is worth these days. Yeah,
those were some classroom lessons through Junior Achievement, which is a great resource. They actually provide school curriculum to teach your kids about saving, just the use of money, volunteering, things of that nature. So we did Junior Achievement in your class, huh? That was first grade.
Yeah.
That was fun. Did you like it?
Yeah.
What did you learn in those classes?
Probably how to count coins. Mostly.
I'm speaking loudly.
Mostly how to count coins. I learned about I can't remember. That's so long ago.
First grade was so long ago, right?
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Almost
So
a
yeah,
decade.
we definitely learned about a checking account, counting money, volunteering, things of that nature. So that was fun. Yeah. What about you, Eliana? Do you remember the first lesson about money?
I mean, probably since I was maybe 2 or 3 when I'd get some money from Christmas and then you'd say, hey, Eliana, let me hold on to that for you. So I learned to count my money really easily and very quickly to know if you stole any from me.
The birthday money, huh?
Yes.
Make sure you keep track of your money for sure. That's a common thing. You know, we grew up with the parents always holding on to the money. So they're always making sure that we had your money. You knew how much we had.
It wouldn't make its way back to me. So.
Oh, it found its way. Trust me. So, yeah, I mean, definitely starting out early. So you learn in some school, just learning at home, birthday money, things of that nature. Tell me a little bit about games or any games that we play at home or anything like that.
Oh, all of them have to be about money or at least learning something.
A lesson.
Yes.
There's a lesson.
We have Monopoly, we have Fortune Street, we have Cashflow. Those are the ones we have teaching us about money, how to save it, and how to spend it.
Yeah. I mean, do you like them, though? Fortune Street?
Yeah.
Okay. So Fortune Street is actually another cool resource. It's a Wii game, but they actually talk about real estate. They talk about trading stocks, and, right?
Buying out people's properties.
Buying other properties, yeah. Knowing when's the right time to, the right price to pay for those properties, things of that nature. So Fortune Street is a Wii game. What about Cashflow, Eliana? Tell me about Cashflow.
Cashflow is really great. You stay up until 2 a.m. just fighting each other, arguing. You're like, why did I land on this? I got a doodad. It's great.
What's a doodad? Tell me, what's a doodad?
A doodad is something that you land on and you have to pay money for. Like if you want a new boat or you want to go on vacation or pay for a renovation of your kitchen. Right. So it's horrible.
It's horrible. You got to spend your hard-earned money on doodads. Yeah. So we learned early, don't spend your money on doodads. Cashflow is another resource resource. We do definitely play it. It takes a long time. It's like an upgraded Monopoly, you know, but definitely talking about real estate and trading and things of that nature and going around that rat race. What do we do with the rat race? What's a rat race?
You have to get out of it because no matter what, there's doodads, so you can spend money. But once you get out of the rat race, there's 4 doodads, and if you land on it, it's going to cost more. But once you get out of the rat race, you're pretty close to finishing. Yeah.
So the goal of the game is to get out of the rat race.
Yep.
Right? Okay. And that's the goal of life, right? So what's the big picture there? Like, what do you pick on the outside of the rat race? Like, how do you win?
You have to buy stores outside of the rat race.
Businesses, yeah.
Yeah, businesses. You can buy a laundromat. You can buy a supermarket. And most of those cost a lot of money that you earned, and then some cost more than others, and it's usually not me who gets out of the rat race.
Who usually wins? Dad. So yeah, cash flow. You're in the rat race, right? You're collecting your paychecks. You have doodads. You have kids. Right? Yeah, the kids are expensive, right?
Nope.
And then you get out of the rat race, and usually you have to buy a certain amount of businesses, or you can buy your dream, right? So if you buy your dream, you can win as well. And so Cashflow is another board game. They have a regular Cashflow. They have Cashflow 202. They have Cashflow for kids. So they have different versions of that board game that'll really help. So talk to me a little bit about Allowance, Eliana. What is Allowance?
Allowance is too little, but we get paid every week for doing our chores and different household activities to just prove you're responsible. And if you're responsible, then you get money. And if not, then you get a decrease and you have to just do better next week. So that's really taught me to clean up my room or do the dishes, just simple stuff like that. But again, it's not enough.
Never enough, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do with the allowance that you guys make on a weekly basis? I know you guys have jars set aside. What are those 3 jars?
We have a Tide jar, we have a savings jar, and we have an investing jar. Tide goes to the church for donations, and investing goes to stocks or investing. Once we get enough, maybe investing like $2 in a business. And then savings is just saving up for our bank account or going on a very important trip that you want to buy stuff for or buy stuff there.
Yeah. And so the important thing, though, to always realize is that you're putting money in those jars, but you're also keeping a portion of it, right, to spend.
Yeah.
And that's your money.
Yeah, it's 30% investing, 10% tithes, and 10% saving. So that means you walk away with half the money that you earn to just spend on random stuff. Right. So it's still a win, and then you have some aside for when you really need it or want it. So.
Right. Absolutely. So yeah, it's just learning some fundamentals. I know allowance is never enough, but as you start to have some good habits, then as you're making more money, because you make more money in acting, right?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. And then you put that money aside. So, you're putting more and more aside, but yet you still have more money to spend. So it's forming the good habits early. So any money that they earn, they put a portion of it away for giving, for tithes, for investing, for savings. And then they spend basically half of the money that they earn, no matter what they're doing to earn that money. And so that's just setting up some good habits. And we have little jars that they use to do that. And then the savings, like we were just talking about, actually, this morning, like you used yours when you went to Sacramento, and then I was saying, make sure you.
Mom took $20.
Let's get that on air. Huh? Mom took $20 that she owes you. So Zoe is the collection agency of the family. If you owe her any money, she will let you know, and she might charge you interest. So you definitely want to pay Zoe back as soon as possible. That is hilarious. But yeah, there's some money set aside for savings, for our trips, things of that nature. So, when we go out as a family, we're not just buying stuff for you guys. That's what your savings are for. So definitely want to, again, just setting some simple habits. So tell me a little bit about real estate. What do you know about real estate?
I know that my dad works in real estate.
Yeah.
And I know that real estate is like owning properties and like you're a broker, so you sell properties and make a small percentage of the money.
Yeah. What about you, Hannah? What do you know about real estate?
I know that it's really good to buy a house and then rent it out for money. And it's just like small things, like plans ahead. That's planning ahead. That's what I think of as real estate. I know that my father loves real estate. And yeah, I think the biggest thing is just like renting out your properties and stuff like that, which is what I'm going to do when I'm older, because it's a really easy way to get a lot of money. Oh, and stocks too, because we have stocks and it's going great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, can't skip over that. You guys got some stocks. What do you own? What's your favorite share? What's your favorite stock? Favorite company?
Roblox.
Roblox.
In the beginning, it was doing really good, and then I checked it like 2 days ago. It was down to like 10 cents.
It's been down a little bit. So you're an official owner of Roblox, right? Awesome. What's your favorite stock?
Well, I invested in Netflix, but they're not doing so hot.
They're struggling a little bit lately, yeah.
Yeah, but I think I have some Starbucks, maybe some Apple in there. Apple never lets me down, so I'll say Apple.
Okay, Apple. Yeah, we're an Apple family for sure. So, but yeah, obviously trading stocks and real estate, buying a house, things of that nature. We had a college plan. Like when you go to college, what are your parents planning to do regarding real estate?
Yes, regarding real estate. So I'm going to go to college, and then my parents, instead of getting me like a new car or something that depreciates over time, they're going to get me a property in my name. So then if I live there for a little while, that's okay. But then when I move out, I can just rent the place out, and I'll get steady income and some really good money fast. So it's better than a depreciating asset like a car.
Yeah. Yeah. So the goal is wherever you decide to go to school, we buy a place, because you do have to live on campus for the first couple of years. And so, we rent it out. And then if you want to move into it, then you live there and then have some roommates maybe. And then when you decide to leave, if you decide to even stay in that city, wherever you may be, it's your property. So that's the goal, is to kind of get you guys started in real estate as soon as possible. So, and definitely get your name on it and build up your credit and things of that nature. So those are all important factors for sure. So what type of money habits do you have now? Other than, like you earn money for allowance, you're making money in acting. What other money do you make? Anything school related?
If we get good grades,
right?
A's are like for honor like $10, and then B's are like 7. C's is nothing.
C's are nothing. D's and F's are
C
negatives.
is failing, apparently.
Right. C's are failing in this family.
D's are you have to pay dad like $3.
You owe me money.
And then
F is you get kicked out of the house.
We're going to talk about F. So that's not happening. So yeah, so we want to provide opportunities for you guys to earn income, and that's based on what you do around the house, but also your grades, because your grades are your work.
Yeah.
You show up, you want to make sure you're getting your work done, doing your best efforts. That's what it takes, whether you're starting a business or you're going to, work in medical field, whatever. You got to show up, you got to do good work in order to get paid. So
yeah, we also have our businesses, our vending machines.
Yeah. We have
get some
a
good
business. Tell me about the business.
Okay, so we have 2 vending machines. One is really awesome, and people love snacking there. And then in the other one, it's not so great.
Yeah, the other one doesn't make as much money.
No, it doesn't.
So what are you learning about that? Like what options do you have for that one?
If the vending machine says healthy, do not put unhealthy snacks.
Don't put unhealthy snacks in the healthy machine.
Yes, and then I definitely learned to make sure that you put a vending machine where you believe that a lot of people are going to eat snacks.
Right.
And definitely have a credit card machine.
And definitely have the credit card added to it. Yeah. So different things that you guys are learning. What did you guys do yesterday regarding your vending company?
Inventory.
Hard work, right?
Yeah.
Hard work. So yes, you guys, they have their own business. So they've earned money that was sitting in the bank. It was, modest returns on a savings account. So they have a couple vending machines now that they can make more per month, but it is hard work. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So those are life lessons. I think, ultimately based on, your child's age, you want to get them involved, and they're involved in business, they're involved in stocks, they're involved in understanding real estate. But ideally, these are resources that you can use. They can start a vending machine company, very simple. They can play games, like the Fortune Street on Wii or Cashflow. We play Life as well, the game of Life.
It's a very competitive family that we're in.
Yeah, we're very competitive.
We're very sore losers, so this one especially.
Right. Yeah, we haven't learned how to lose well. But, these are just simple resources to kind of get your kids involved and have fun with it, And so ultimately it is responsibility. But I think the earlier you could teach your kids to understand money, understand the concept of it, understand the process of trading money for time and for hard work, will help them in the long run. And so definitely getting you guys ready for real life. Any last points that you want to make about, maybe some advice you have for other kids that want to learn about money or real estate?
If you do have businesses, I would still take some time off, have fun, and because it's a lot, like inventory, it's always going to be difficult, but when you put in the hard work, you can definitely make it. That's what Dad's been saying for the past 3 years.
So take some time off. It's important to take some time off, even if you're working hard. That's good. Yeah. That's good. What about you?
Well, I was always a stubborn child, so I never asked for help or anything. But if you are overwhelmed or anything like that, like I have college and high school and golf and acting and my vending machines and a bunch of stuff. And I never asked for help until recently, and it's been great because I'll ask my mom to do something and we'll work together for it. It's something I should have learned way younger. But yeah, if you need help with money or anything, you can always ask your parents. Don't do it all by yourself.
Absolutely. I think those are great points. Good job, girls. Well, hey, this has been another great episode of Homeowner Prep. If you have any questions or need some additional resources to really just help your kids learn about real estate or learning about money, things of that nature, I have some information I can share with you. Feel free to just send us a message on Instagram at Homeowner Prep. And we look forward to definitely seeing you again next week as we have some more information to share with you. Have a blessed day.
Bye.
I hope you got some value from today's episode. If you know someone who could benefit from hearing this show, be sure to share it with them. And if you're listening to the podcast, we'd love for you to drop us a review. We'd also love to hear from you if you have any questions. So reach out to us on Instagram at Homeowner Prep. Who knows? We may read your review and answer your question on one of our future shows.